All right, good afternoon, everyone. It's time to look at the news section and the news today. What do we have today? This news is coming up the next 10 minutes or so. Okay. Yeah, so let's see what we'll be expecting. If the unemployment claim comes out, if the actual is less than the forecast, then it is good for currency. But as long as it is not, all right. So if we have anything that is less than 222k, then it is good for the currency. But if you have anything higher than that, then it is not good for the currency. Meaning, we are going to be gold is already firing up, guys. All right, gold is already pushing up, as you can see from yesterday. This is the level we've been looking at from yesterday, and this trend line has been the level that gold has been respecting, right? Gold has been, we just came back, bounced from that trend line, and we're bouncing back up again. And I'm currently on the 30 minutes time frame. And remember that we still have an empty order block, all right? And a fair value gap that needs to be tested right here, which gold has not tested already. But at the level we are currently, there's a possibility that this market will move up from here, break above 5k, 5100, and we'll continue to go off from there. But let's see how everything plays out. Let me know where you're joining from, and let me know in the comment section what tokens you would like me to equally look at. And briefly, in case you don't know already, you can get up to 200k to start trading crypto, right? You can get up to 200k to start trading crypto. There's a account for 200, 500. This is from HyroTrader, and that is a particular proof firm, crypto trading proof firm platform that I currently use. So go check it out, guys, and see what you can achieve with it. And if you need help, why not? Let me know. You can always reach out to me on Telegram as well. Just give me a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for your time, and let's get it rolling. Thank you for your time. Let's get it rolling. um Smash that like button, smash that like button to get this live stream to as many persons as possible. So gold is currently, as you can see, we just bounced from that trend line and is currently pushing back up. So we have this trend line serving as our level of support, and then we have this other area of 5100 as our resistance, right? So if we break this previous high of $119 to $120, then we could see gold going higher and higher. But I still feel whatever the outcome of the news is going to be, right, gold will still need to come clear liquidity before it start pushing higher, right? So let's see how that will play out. Anyways, let's see how that will play out. All eyes on this. Let me put this on a lower time frame and let's see. Okay, since market opened today, you can see that we've equally been using this level right here as our resistance. On the 5 minutes time frame, you can see clearly, okay, that gold has been resisting from here, time without number. We went up there since market opened today, right? We've been going up back and forth, back and forth. So there are only two ways around out of this. Is either we break, continue up, or we come back down to clear all the liquidity down here before it continues to go up again. But either way, let's see what will happen with this trade. All right, let's see what will happen with this trade. And we have the next few minutes for this. Okay, we have the next few minutes, about 5 minutes or thereabout. Yeah, You can see the countdown already started. So we have about 5 minutes to that news. Let's see if this will bring in volatility as it did with NFP. All right. So if you check my chart here, let's do trading view, right? Yeah, this is the NFP chart where we have to, drop, and then eventually we started bouncing back up again. I think it was here actually. It was right here. This is the yesterday's chart, right? Well, I have to drop from that level of 519,000 to about 119 to $5,019, and then we started pushing back up again, right? So keep an eye on that. And I already updated on my X handle about some of the trades I'm looking at. I told you of BTC yesterday, and then Ethereum is equally one of those trades too that I'm looking for a long. It is equally one of those trades that I'm looking for a long. Now, if you look at higher time frame on this, if you look at, let's say, the weekly time frame, there's a possibility that Ethereum, okay, if you check for a while now, we've been in this channel, right? So after we left that all-time high, we came back down to this low, and then we get there again and back. We are going to be saying Ethereum gets down to at least 1,000, okay, maybe 1,500 or slightly beneath that level. There's a possibility of Ethereum coming to clear liquidity, maybe below 1,300, 1,200, and if we reclaim back this 1,500 level, then that could be an opportunity for you to start looking for a trade on it, which is what I'm paying attention to. Okay, so these are some of the swing trades that I'm looking at to start taking on my funded account. All right, these are some of the swing trades that I'm looking to start taking on my funded account. So we'll see how that plays out, right? That's on the weekly time frame. If we go down to the daily, we equally have this descending channel that Ethereum has actually been consolidating around. Currently, we are just bouncing from the lower part of that channel, and I want to see if this can consolidate and go back to maybe around that 2,500, 2,600 level before it starts coming back down, right? If we do push up to around that 2,500, 2,600 on it, then that will be an opportunity to start looking for a short trade. As long as this level holds, a short trade maybe down to that 1,500, 1,600 and all of that. So this is what I'm looking at for it. Keep an eye on it, and let's see how that will play out. All right, keep an eye on Ethereum, and let's see how that will play out. I talked about Bitcoin yesterday, looking for trades for entering. Currently Bitcoin is about we can see BTC at 67k, right? We were at 65k yesterday. We just bounced up to this level, so where there's a possibility that this could go back to that 64,700 that I'm looking for entering on. So let's be active and look at how that plays out. All right, so gold is selling off from here. Gold is selling off from here. So I was actually waiting to see if gold will push up to maybe around that 50.78. That's why I was looking to start looking for a sell, but since we missed that already, since it's selling from this level here, then we just need to hold on and see a better entering. We'll get a better entry, hopefully, either a long or a short trade, but we just need to know what the outcome will be. Okay, so if gold is selling, it means the outcome is in favor of the dollar. If gold is going to sell, it means that the outcome is in favor of the dollar. Yes. What does it say again? That if the actual is less than, right? So it is not actually in favor of the dollars. The actual is not less than the forecast. All right. The actual is not less than the forecast. It's actually higher than that. So this is a red flag for the dollar. So as it is for gold, I'll be looking for a buy. Okay. For gold, on the 5 minutes time frame, we need to come back to, let me just set some limit orders around here. All right, so I'm going to be looking for a buy trade on gold Let's see if we can get gold down to fill in this fair value gap of 50.57. All right, anything from 50.57 down to 50.48, and then maybe you can have your stop loss at 50.45 or thereabout. Right, let's see if it comes and fill that level, then we could be looking for entrance from those level to the upside. All right, I believe gold is going to buy, and there's a possibility that if it buys, we are going to break maybe above 5,100. Okay, maybe above 5,100. We could actually break above that level. Let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. So 57, $5,057 set limits on those areas. Let's see. So let's do 57 to a 0.02. Yeah, gold is already buying. Then we can stack some trades around that area. We can do, let's stack some trades and see if it comes back to trigger. Just be patient, right? Be patient and see what happens right here. Let's see what happens, right? From here down. And then just around this zone too, I'll be looking for a long trade with a 50x leverage on my funded account as well. Right here, I'm trading using lot sizes, but on the funded account, I trade using leverage. So I'll be looking for a long trade around the same zone as well on using a 50x leverage, right? So let me just adjust these things and see what happened right here. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we'll be able to get down to that level and see. Maybe if we get the opportunity, maybe around this area here, 50.78 could be for itself. 50.78. 50.78. Let's see what happens from there. All right, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, keep an eye on gold. Gold still have this box, right? We still need to break out of this box right here. Either way, right? Either to the upside, downside. Gold is still within this box. So a level of 50.79 down to 50.47 or 50.45. So let's see what happens right here. Let's see how this plays out from here. That will give us an idea whether you just need to give the news a little bit of time for the market to react. And remember, as I always say, this will take time, maybe from now to the next 1 hour or thereabout. My own time zone, anything between now 4, 5 or so, as when you start seeing a whole lot of volatility in the market. If the market is going to dump, you'll see it around that time. If it's going to pump too, you will see more activities around that time as well. So let's just watch and see what happens from here. Okay. And I think tomorrow is CPI. So yeah, we could be closing the weekend with CPI news, and maybe market will be selling, or maybe there will be rate cuts tomorrow, news about rate cut and the rest. We don't know yet. So just be active and see. Let me see what and what we'll be expecting tomorrow. Okay, same time by 2:30 as well, right? So we'll have CPI tomorrow. All of that will be coming in tomorrow, and whatever the outcome is, we'll be able to use it to scalp the market as well, right? We'll be able to use it to scalp the market as well. So gold, maybe we'll take a quick scalp if we get to $50-$80. Not sure yet, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Gold. Yeah, this box is what we still have. If we break out of that box, fine. Maybe we could be pushing up, but if not, that level then need to pay attention to it. If we break out of that level, maybe our next target will be 5,100 plus. But if you come back beneath that level again, okay, if you come down to $5,050, $5,040, anywhere around that area, we'll be looking for a buy. Let's see how it goes. Gold has been holding this trend line there very strong for a while. In fact, throughout this week, actually. Throughout this week, gold has been holding up very strong on that. So let's see what will happen. Once we break out of that box and we see any sign of a retest, then that will be an opportunity to take a trade to the upside. But if not, if there's any sign of rejection around this area, then what are you guys looking at? Use the comment section, use the chat, all right? Use the chat to interact with me. Tell me what you're looking at, and then, we'll look at it together, guys. All right, so we're still pushing up. Can we get a good entry? Already we took a buy. All right, I took a buy on gold with the community this morning, and we hit full TP already. So yeah, normally it's one trade per day, right? One trade per day. Once either we hit full TP or we hit stop loss and then we close for that day. One trade per day. So we're opportune to take a trade around that $5,060, and we hit full TP in less than was it up to 1 hour? No, I don't think so. It was in less than 1 hour or within that range. Okay, yeah, within that period, in less than 1 hour, we hit full TP already. We already secured about 160 pips, so we are looking for new opportunities, right? So gold is still firing up, right? Can we get a rejection around this zone? Everything about gold is scalping, right? So you don't go and start up. But if you get the opportunity to enter a trade, just like that 30 minutes order block level that I've been looking at, if I get opportunity to buy there and we eventually break above 5,100, why not? Those kind of trades can be held. You can hold that kind of trade to maybe when gold hit a new all-time high. I know some persons who have been holding a long trade since gold dropped to I think 4,000, was it 48 or so, 4,600. Some persons have been holding a long trade since then, right? A lot of people have been holding a long trade since then. So, and their target is $6,000. That gold will hit $6,000. Right. Anyway, they have secured their capital already. So what they are risking right now is the profit that they have made from the, from the trade so far. That's what they are risking in that particular trade. So all right. So the moves in the market right now is not as pleasant as it should be, all right, compared to when we were dumped from what was that? When we dumped from $5,118 to $5,918, right? Compared to this move right here, what I'm seeing right now is not that interesting. But here's the thing, right? In case I end the live stream and we do not get a good entry, we're looking for entries around there. If you check out this, you see that since the market opened this week, right, gold has been gradually just moving and moving up, right? Gradually moving and moving up. So we've been respecting this trend line. As you can see right there, we've been respecting that trend line. And then we do have this resistance above this level, all right? Anything around this level of $590, 5,100 is a resistance that you need to keep an eye on, right? Watch this resistance right here. Watch this resistance. Once gold breaks above 5,120, then that could be an opportunity to start looking for a trade to the upside. But we still have a valid order block around this 30 minutes time frame at that $4,950. Okay, 960 down to 935. So keep an eye on that level as well. And when do you know, okay, when are you sure that we have broken above this resistance? You go to the 4 hours, because that's what I was telling you. Was it yesterday? Yeah, during the live stream yesterday, I said we're waiting for this particular candle. Yeah, this was the candle we're waiting to break above that level, which did not, right? As you can see, this 4 hours candle refused to close or failed to close above that level, and then we came back down. And since then, we've been going back and forth. So we have not had any candle that has closed above that level. So if we do get a candle that closes above that level, then that will be an opportunity for us to start looking for a buy from here. And then our next target will be 5,300 up to that previous all-time high, 5,600, or even targeting a new all-time high. All right, or targeting a new all-time high. And remember, on the 1 hour time frame or so, there's another block here which means if we push up to that level, there's a possibility that we could have a rejection down before market. If market will continue to go up, okay, we'll have, so let's say we'll push up there, reject from that order block on the 1 hour time frame, and then maybe have a pullback before market will continue to go to the upside. So keep an eye on that and be attentive and watch and see what happens. Okay, so keep an eye on that and let's see what happens going forward. Let's go back to our 15 minutes time frame and see what's happening here. Yeah, gold is still very strong anyways, moving up to the upside. Yeah, it's still very strong, moving to the upside. So but just be careful because there's a possibility that we come back and clear all of this liquidity here before we start moving back up. Yeah, we're showing strength. So let's wait for this 15 minutes candle to close and see what happens right here. Let's wait for the 15 minutes candle to close. We are at the edge of that our box. Remember, I told us this box will be holding this box in market opens. So if we break out of that box, there's possibility that we can go higher, right? But let's wait for the 15 minutes candle close and see what happens right there. Wait for that 15 minutes candle close. Let's see what happens. If I'm not able to stay till, I think shorting this market from here will be an ideal, right? But we still need to wait for that 15 minutes candle to close. Okay, what happened? All right, so 15 minutes seems to be rejecting from there. And we get a pullback from here, maybe before we eventually break out of that level. I don't know yet. Is it possible? Is it possible to get a pullback? Yeah. Let's say get a pullback to that trend line before we start moving. Is it possible? Is that going to be possible? All right, so the movement on gold is not really giving me the vibes I need. Okay, maybe we could actually be looking uh for a trade. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, we close in the next 7 minutes, but by the way, let's look at BTC. All right, BTC has been really. Let me see. Oh, are you sure I will not be entering a long trade on BTC? All right, are you sure I will not be entering a long trade on BTC? Maybe with like 100x leverage. Yeah. Yeah, BTC is looking good. BTC is looking good. All right. BTC is looking good on the lower time frame for a long trade. I'm not sure yet, but let's see what happens. So BTC, let's see. I'll be buying BTC, right? I'll be buying BTC for from the look of things. Gold doesn't want to really. Yeah, we just have to wait for gold to do its thing. Yeah. 67, 750, 730. Let me quickly set it. Let me do that for BTC. Let's see if we can get a long trade for this. Yeah, gold is really looking strong, guys. Gold is really looking strong at the moment, and yeah, this thing is really looking strong. But I'm not going to jump into a trade, okay? I'm not just going to jump into a trade so that we don't get caught up in this. I'm not going to jump into any trade right now. Yeah, so let's just give it time. Let's just give gold time. We'll look for entry when the time is ripe. But for BTC, I'm looking for a long trade, and then let's equally look at Asta as well. See what comes out of that. This two is looking good. This two is looking good. So if we take our trend line, right? I think Asta is breaking out of that trend line already, as you can see right there. Right? On the daily, yes, we are breaking out of that trend line. Breaking out of that trend line. So let's see if we can get and you can see that 4 hours we do have this level here to pay attention to. Right, we have that area there to pay attention to. So if we are going to be looking for a long because we have broken out of this level here, then all we just need to do is to wait for a pullback, and I will use that Fibonacci tool to be looking for a nice pullback, right? For a nice pullback, yeah, without even happening anytime soon. I'm not sure. Okay. So if we do get a pullback back to that trend line for a retest, either on the 4 hours, the 1 hour time frame, that could be a good area to start looking, for a long trade. But if not, if that pullback doesn't happen, once we break out of this resistance here, right, as we're seeing on the 4 hours, once we break out of that resistance, then there's a possibility of us, let's say, a break out of this level, a retest, right? And then you can now start looking for a trade to the upside. Then if that doesn't happen, then we'll just need to wait for market to move up there, right? Come back to this 0.618 and we could start looking for a trade from that area to the upside. So those are the two scenarios I'm looking at for Asta. We'll just monitor that and see how it plays out. I will update you in our subsequent live stream to know what happened. Okay, so yeah, the 15 minutes candle is about to close and then we are pushing back down to that level, right? So let's go back to gold, right? Okay. So yeah, you can see this thing the 15 minutes candle refused to close out of that level we're looking at. And there's a possibility that we could actually be going down from here. So I'll be taking a short trade for, I'll be taking a sell trade for gold and keep the leverage, the lot size as low as possible. And let's see what happened from here. I'll be taking a sell trade here, and then I'll be adding to my position if we get to that 50.77. All right, so we can do 50.77 again for another sell, and then we can do 50.79 for another sell as well. Okay, and then maybe add to our position again around 50.80. So we could actually start taking TP. Maybe if we get to 50, 65, 64, down to this level, we're looking for a long trade, right? We're down to this level where we're looking for a long trade. But as it is, I'll just set, we're in two of those positions that are in already. We'll just set limit. We'll just set TP right here at 50. Let's say 50.57, right? 50.57 as our TP. That's what we're going to use as TP right here for the ones that I've triggered already. And then for our stop loss, we'll be looking anything above let's say 50.85 or 50.84, right? But I'll just keep an eye on it and we'll see how that plays out, right? We'll just keep an eye on it and see how that plays out. So for stop loss, let's do 50.84 or 50.80. Let's see 85. All right, 50.85 for both. And then this level where we're looking for buy could be the level we'll be targeting for TP as well. So let's see how that plays out for gold. And let me go back to that HyroTrader. Let's go back to that HyroTrader and see what happens with it. And get a quick scalp. All right. Okay, so yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this. Either we break, let's use this level here that is 7 as a resistance now as support, and then we'll start buying, or we come back to that 618, right? Or come back to that 0.618. They pull back to that 0.618 will be ideal. Remember, I'm saying BTC, there's a possibility that BTC could actually sell to 64 or thereabout. So if that happens, that would be a good opportunity for us to start taking trades to the upside. So for Asta, just keep an eye on this level of 0.5586. 5586. If we pull back to that level, that would be a good level to start taking trades down. Okay, that would be a good level to start taking trades down. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so 2 of our trades triggered and it's going well already. 2 of our trade triggers and it's going well. So out of the 4 limit orders that I set, 2 of them triggered. So let's see if we push back down there. At this level, we're going to be buying gold as well. Down this level, we're going to be buying gold as well. So let's see how that plays out. Okay, so let's see how far gold can go. Let's see how far gold can go, guys. All right, guys, so 2 of our trade triggers and it's going at the moment. Let's see what happens if we can get that $20. So anything that brings us down to this level, we're looking to secure the trade, this short trade, and then we'll be looking for buy around that zone, right? So let's see what happens going forward from here, guys. If you did enter the trade, you could actually move your stop loss to entry just to secure your capital. But I'll just leave it to run, guys. Okay, we have stop loss up there, so it's either hit our stop loss or it goes and hit at full TP, right? So we're looking at 50. What was that? 50. Actually, looking at 50. Is that 68? Can't we get gold down to this level of 50.55? It's possible, right? Okay, 50.57 is what I did here. 50.57. it's possible that we could actually get it to. Let's see how it goes. Anyways, let's just see how it goes. Let's see. What is happening right now? You can see gold is now using this level here as a support rather. Okay, it's using this resistance level. We resisted, and then that's where it's using as a support. That's why you see market bouncing up strongly from that area. So gold is now using this level here as a support. That is why it's bouncing up very strong at the moment, right? So yeah, so because of that, we'll take the little it has given us here and look for new entries. I still have two of these trades right here, so I'm going to hold that two trade there with stop loss. Once it breaks below this area, there's a possibility, okay, once we break below this little support right here, there's a possibility that we can be going back up. All right, so let's see if we come back to trigger again. If we come back to trigger any of these are entering, maybe we'll just add to that our entering again. We can do 50-80, so 50-81 or 82. Let's see if we can add. But if gold breaks below this little resistance we have here right now, then there's a possibility we can be moving up, right? There's a possibility we could be moving up, moving down rather, right? If we break below this level, we could be moving down. So let's see what happens right there. Okay, the reason why I stack trades is because I'm just scalping, right? I'm scalping, so I don't need to stay in the market for till the kingdom comes. I just take the little I get. And if it happens that 10, 5, 4 of my trades triggered, right? If they're all giving me for 5 or 4 USD, you just know that when you close all of them, you have made or gathered small money in that particular single trade that you took. That's why I stack trades, right? So we'll see how it goes anyways. There it goes. Yeah, let's see how it goes, guys. Be patient, be patient, be patient. Go and get another trade down. Let's see. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be calling it a day here. I may likely go live again, but right now, market is not moving as you know as I ought to should. But maybe in a 1 hour time or thereabout, we could actually get a good move in the market where market can be swinging up and down and the rest. So, but for now, I have to call it here. So, wherever trade you're taking, make sure you take those trades with stop losses and all of that. But I'll be looking at this zone to see if any of these trades will trigger. Okay, we'll be keeping an eye on that to see if any of these will trigger. If this level fails to hold, then maybe we'll be looking to buy higher. But if not, if we do come down to this level, I still have sell orders right here. Okay, yeah, so this wasn't able to go pick any of those trades, but we'll see what happens from here going down. All right, yeah, market is really selling off. I think reactions are beginning to come in anyways. Let's see what happens. We're still within that box. Okay, we're still within that box. We're still within that box, guys. And hopefully we come back to retest that trend line, and then we'll start taking it off from there. We're still within that. Okay, guys, we finally broke below that level. Yeah, gold is finally what's happening. The way it's selling right now. Okay, we failed to pick any of those trades. So yeah, gold failed to pick any of those trades and it's selling off seriously at the moment. All right, so at the moment, because we are down below this level, if you are still holding any of those trades, congrats. We need to cancel this the sell trades and then wait for the long trades to see any of those that will play out. All right, so any of these trades you have, make sure you manage your trades. I'm not going to be here to see how this plays out. I'm calling it off here. Gold is really selling off at the moment. Let's see if any of those long trades will trigger, and we'll see what happens from there going forward, guys. Yeah, so all of those shots, we just take it off and wait for the long to trigger. Wait for any of this long trade to trigger. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much. Smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in my next live stream.